Hello guys, my name is Anirudh and today in this JavaScript tutorial I will show you how you can create 360 view image slider. So first of all I will show you the preview and then I will explain the code. Here I didn't use any library or plugin, simple custom JavaScript I will write here and I will explain it very easy way. I will try to explain like you can easily understand and you can add this slider in your project as well. So here you can see multiple times I have added this slider in the preview. Just want to show like this slider you can use multiple time in your page. Okay, so here I'm using based on this range slider. Mainly we create this 360 view slider using range, but if you want to create using next, previous button or like drag like this, so you can do that, but in this video I will show you using range because range is little tough, but in next and preview button or drag this is little easy. Okay, if you want you can write in the comment section. I will make a separate video for that, but here I will show the preview using range. Okay, so if I move this range slider, so see this image is moving and it is looking like 360 view. Okay, if I come here, so it is coming like this. Okay, so like this way. So if I move this range slider, so this image is moving. If I move this range slider, so this image will move. Okay, separately it is working fine. So this one I will show you how you can do that in your project. So hope guys you will enjoy this video, and if you find this video is helpful, so please like this video later, and also I will just want you don't skip, just watch full entire video, then you can learn the logic. Okay, and if you are the new, so please subscribe my channel. Here I upload this kind of problem solving video because my motive is to simplify the code. Okay, so now I'll move to my Visual Studio Code editor and I'll start to write the code. So guys, here I have opened index.html file and style.css file. So here I will write CSS code, and this is external CSS file. So inside this HTML I have added the link and some basic structure of HTML. I hope you know the basic HTML structure. Now here guys, before starting I will just clear something about 360 view image slider. So for that guys, I will open the browser and this is my preview. Okay, and here I have opened this image. This image I will use for this slider. Okay, so this kind of image, it is called sprite image. Here sprite images means different views image you will get inside one image. See, I will just zoom. So here you can see this is watch. Okay, so here first image it is looking like this, second it is look this. I mean from different view it is looking, right? I mean it is coming. So when I will slide, so initially first image will display. When I will slide, it will display second image, then third image. So it will look like 360 view. Okay, so this way we create this kind of slider, and this kind of slider you can use dragging way. Even you can use using range slider, using previous and next button. Okay, many ways you can do that, but in this video I will use range slider for this 360 view image slider because maximum time we use range slider. If you want to learn how we can do it by dragging, even using previous and next button, you can write in the comment section because those are very easy, previous and next button, but range slider is little tough, and mainly we use range slider for this kind of slider. Okay, now guys, here first of all I told initially I have to display the first image, but how I can do that? So it is very simple. Here you have to first know the image width. Okay, from here to here total image width. So from total image width, here how many images are displaying? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So total image width divide 4, then I will get one image width. Same way you can see how many images are displaying in a row. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 images are displaying in a row. Okay, so image height divide, so I mean 8, then I will get one image height. So this way one image width and one image height I can get, and by this way I can display the first image initially. Okay, So now here just I will show the project structure. Here JavaScript में project structure, CSS, inside this CSS I have added style.css, I mean this style.css file, and images folder. Here I have added one images. By the way, this image link I will provide in the description. You can check it later, but first you have to understand the logic, right? If you understand the logic, you can do it by yourself as well. And now here index.html file, and here I'm trying to explain everything because this video is from basic to advanced level. Okay, and now guys, here just I will open the folder. So here you can see this image, okay, JavaScript, and inside images folder you can see this image. Now I will click right click, okay, and after that I will open the properties. So once I will open the properties, okay, here if I go to the details, so from here you can see the dimension, okay, 960 and 1920. Okay, so from 1920 you have to divide 4, and from 960 you have to divide 8. Then you can get the height and width. Okay, sorry, 960 is the width and 1920 is the height. For your image it will be same. Okay, I mean same means by this way you can get the width and height. First one is width and second one is height. Okay, now I understand like how I can get the first image initially. 960 divide 4, because total width divide 4, and 1920 divide 8 because total height divide 8 images in a displaying in a row. Okay, so I understood. Now here, now I will write, I will start to write the code. So first inside this body tag, here just I will write the title. Okay, before that because I did not add the title. This is mandatory actually, but without title you can do that, but always write the title. Okay, it will display in your browser and people can understand what is the page actually. Okay, means in this page what people can see, means here I will write 360 view image slider, means when people will open this page he can understand this page is about 360 view image slider. And here I will come to the preview, and here you can see the title, okay, in the tab, means people can understand this is 360 view image slider. Okay, now I will start to write the main code. Okay, so now here I will write the CSS, HTML, everything. But if you are thinking you know the CSS, but I will suggest watch this video, because here I will write some different CSS, because for my case image width and height it may be different, but if you are using different sprite image, so in your case image width and height will be different. Okay, so I will suggest to write I will suggest to watch this CSS and HTML everything. Okay, now here I will write div class and the class name slider wrap. Okay, by the way, those class name you can write anything. Okay, because this is custom class, so you can write anything, but just remember when I will write the CSS for this class. So suppose if you have written this class name instead of slider wrap like this, slider wraps. So when I will write CSS for slider wrap, so you have to write CSS for slider wraps. Okay, because you have changed the class name. Okay, I hope it is clear. Everything I'm trying to explain, because if you are new, so it will be easy to understand. Okay. And now here I will write another div class, and class name I will write slider container. So same way this slider name, this class name you can write as per your choice, and here I will close this div tag. And guys, another thing, here you can use range slider, next, previous button, and draggable for this slider. Okay, same way when I will display the image, you can use background image, or else you can use image tag, like you can use image source and after that image path name. Like this way you can do that. Another thing, you can use background image. So here I will use background image, because mostly we use background image. So here I will write background image. Okay, so it maybe like one question it may comes to your mind, like why I'm using style here. because style I'm using inline style, okay, but I can use inside this style.css file, but instead of that here I'm using. So this question it might come to your mind, but I will clear this thing as well. First of all, I will write the image here. So URL, this is the syntax for writing image / images folder, and inside this images folder, just a minute, images folder, and here you can see it is suggesting 360 image, and I will write this. Okay, see, this is the image. Okay, and now if you are thinking why I have written this, because guys, suppose this image coming from database. Now what is database? Database means, suppose it is a dynamic site. Dynamic site means when I have some data, and this data we store in the database. Okay, so from database this image coming. So that time if I write in style.css, I cannot bind, but if I write inside HTML, I can bind it easily. Okay, so that's why when anything will be dynamic, then try to write inside HTML, not CSS. Okay, so now here suppose you want to change the color of this element, so don't write CSS, I mean style.css file, try to write inline CSS. Okay, so then it can be easily. Okay, so now it is done, and now here I will write input type range, because when I will just slide this range, so that time my slider will change. Okay, and here like this. Okay, so now here I will add class name. So class name is, I will write input range. Okay, now inside this input range there is some properties. Okay, so that is very important thing. So now first of all what I will do, just before showing this thing, I will come to the CSS and I will write the basic CSS. So body padding is 0 and margin is also 0, because this body tag, inside this HTML there is one body tag. Okay, and inside this body tag we write our HTML code. So this body tag there is some default padding and margin, so I made this is 0. Okay, no padding required, so I made it 0. And now here after that I will take this class name. Okay, because I already said initially I have to display the first image. Okay, so now how I can do that? So I already set the image width, I mean I already shown. Again I will just show you properties and details. So here 960 width and 1920 is a height. Okay, so here I will open online calculator. Okay, so I will calculate the image width and height. So 960 first. Okay, so here I will write 960. 960 divide 4, because 4 images in a column. Okay, so here I will write divide 4. Let's see. So it is 240. So width of one image is 240 pixel. Okay, now I will come to the height part. Okay, so I will come here again, and total image height is 1920. So what I will do now, just here I will remove this thing. Okay, I will click this one, and 1920. So 1920, and how many images in a row? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so I will divide by 8. So what I will get? 240. So image width is 240 and height is 240. Now I will close this calculator and also this image details. Okay, so here I will write height is 240 pixel. Okay, so now if I come here and refresh, see, one image is displaying and range slider. So now here when I will move this range slider, So that time here image background position I have to change. Okay, this is also very important thing. Let's understand this thing. Okay, so here I will write first of all background. This is background image. So here I will use background position. Okay, background position. There is two properties, X and Y. You can see it is showing suggestion X and Y. X means with, okay, it will move with wise. I will explain everything. And Y means height wise. Okay, and if you can write separately, otherwise you can write like this way, background position X 0, Y 0. Let's see, it is displaying the first one. Okay, so what I will do when I will just move my range slider. So first how it will move, first it is displaying the first image. You can see one is written here. For your understanding purpose I have written the number. Okay, so one it is displaying. Now when I will move my range slider in right side, means like this. Okay, so it will come second image. Okay, I'll zoom this one. So it will come second image, then third, then fourth. Means it is moving widthwise. Okay, means background position X. So here what I will do, so it will come second image when I will move. So one image height width is 240. Okay, so here if I write minus 240, so what I will get, 240 pixel. See, I'm getting second image, right? So in one slide in range, when I will slide this range, so in one slide I have to move by 240 pixel. Okay, and minus means because this is displaying first, so when it will come to the left side, so it is minus. When it will move the right, it will plus, right? So here I will display the second, means this one it will move to left and this two will come one's position, one slider image position. Okay, I mean this position it will come, this second image. So that's why minus I have to do. So same way 240 minus 240, then 480. Okay, then 480. So you can see it is displaying third image. So like this way I have to move position X. This is position X and this is position Y. By the way, you can write it separately, I already said. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I will try to explain. Okay, so now the important thing is, so it is moving widthwise. So 3 it will come again, then it will come 4. But when it will come 4th, there is no other image, right? So it will come 5th image. So 5th image where? It is the next row, right? So next row means here once it will come 480. Okay, 480 means third image. It will come 4th image. So what I have to do? I have to just that time I have to minus this one. Okay, you can display this row. Okay, if I show here, you can see you will come to the next row. So like this way I have to write some condition in JavaScript. Okay, I hope it is clear. But now I will not write the JavaScript condition because this range slider also it is very important. Okay, some properties I have to add in HTML. Without it I cannot do that. Now see the important thing. Okay, when I'm reloading this page, it is displaying first image, but range slider it is coming in the middle. When it is first image, so this range slider initially should here. Okay, how can do that? So in HTML, in the range slider here, I will write value is 0. So now the value is 0, means it will come 0 position. Okay, and here I will write C. Here when I will slide this one, so I can mention the step. Okay, if I write step 10, so in one slide it will come here 10 step, okay, like this means total 100, okay, total 100, and 10 step means 1 2 3 4 like this way. When you will complete 10 step, it will be full, okay, but here I will write 1 step, okay, it will come by 1 step. And now another properties is minimum will be 0, okay, means here when I will come, then minimum value will be 0, okay. And now when I will move like this, so maximum how many value will be here, so that is very important, okay. So now here total image you have to count 4, and here in row that is 8, so 4 and 8 that is 32, okay. But here if you notice in the last row one image is not there, so 32 minus 1 that is 31, okay. And another thing, here first image already displaying, right? So when I will slide, first image already displaying, so this range slider will go up to 30, not 31, because first is already displayed. This is the calculation. If you I will try to explain again. Even after that, if you don't understand, you can write in the comment section. In comment I will again explain this one, okay. So total images are here 31, okay, because 4 and 8 it is 32, but in last one image is not there, so 32 minus 1 31. But when first image is displaying, so when I will move to the this range slider from here to here, so second image will display, means one image is already displayed, so from 31 minus 1 it will be 30, okay. This is like that, okay, means now here when I can move 30 times this range slider, okay, and when I will move 30 times, it will complete 100%. You can see this blue color is completed up to 100% when I will move 30 times. It is I hope it is clear, right? Now here I will add some CSS for this range slider. So here I will copy this class name, and simply here I will come and input range. This one also not much important, but here I am showing because when you will come to the real life project, you may face this kind of problem. Means you have to make it custom input range, okay. So that's why I am doing this thing. Now here border and outline is none. Let's see how it will come, okay. It is no change, but still I have written this thing. Okay, now height is 8 pixel and minimum width I will write here. Min width it will be 319 pixel. Okay. By the way, this width you can write anything, and padding will be 0. And after padding, here I will write background color. Okay. Here you can use background color or background, both are same. Okay, there is difference, but maximum time it is same. When you will use gradient color, so that time you can understand the difference, but now you can use, okay, anything. So here I will set the color, that is 4040. Okay, this is grayish color, and border radius I will add 10 pixel, and here this is the important thing, WebKit appearance. Okay, this one, and WebKit means this is for Google Chrome browser. If you want to add same thing in Mozilla browser, you can write Mozilla. So same way, each browser syntax you can find easily through internet, but here I am using Google Chrome, you can see. So I will use WebKit. Okay, WebKit appearance, that is none. So after doing that, let's see how it will be. See, gray color is added, and here you can see this one, it's like that. So I will change this thumb design also, so that's why actually I'm writing WebKit appearance none, and here I will write simply appearance none, because this is appearance none means here it will be applicable for all the browser. Okay, and this one I just separately mention for Chrome browser, means suppose if it doesn't work any reason, it will work. Okay, this is done. Now I will refresh, see no changes, and now I will change this thumb. Okay, so first you have to write these two things, then you can change the thumb. So now here I will copy this one again, and here I will paste, and after that here like this, and WebKit slider thumb like this one. Okay, so same way when you will write for the Mozilla, you can change it to Mozilla, and different browser you will get by you can get search in Google, and you will get it easily. Okay, and here also I will write WebKit appearance none and appearance none, this thing. Okay, so now save and see, now it is removed. So now I will make it my own custom. Okay, so here background color. So background color I will write B80, this one, red color. Okay, but with this color you can write anything as per your choice, and border none, outline none, those are the basic CSS. So I'm not going to explain because the video will be so long if I go to explain those CSS. Main thing what it is required I will explain. Okay, border radius 46 pixel and a height is 16 pixel. Okay, now let's see how it will look like. Okay, sorry, here it will be width. Okay, I by mistake I wrote border radius. Okay, it is coming like this. Okay, so border radius will be 10 pixel actually. So by mistake I wrote this one, so it was showing like that. So now 10 pixel and it will border radius. Okay, so like this, it is now looking good. Okay, so this is done, and HTML also done. So now I will come to the main part, that is JavaScript part. So now JavaScript part, here you can use same HTML file, otherwise you can create external JavaScript file, and you can link like how I added style.css. This is CSS, so I wrote file name can be anything. I wrote here style, but if you want you can change it, you can write anything, and but the extension .css, that is mandatory. Okay, because you are using CSS file, so you have to write CSS. So same way if you use JavaScript file, so you can write file name as per your choice, but you have to write .js, that is mandatory. And after that I linked here style, so you can link same way JavaScript file as well, and you can do it. But here I will not create separate file, I will just simply start to write here. So using script tag I will start to write, because here I have to denote, right, what I am writing, because this is a HTML file, and inside HTML file I am writing JavaScript, so I have to mention it is script. But if you write external CSS, so that time external JS, so that time no need to write script, because it is already JS file, extension you have written already .js, so that time no need to write script tag. Okay, I hope it is also clear. Now var variable, and the variable name I will write input range, this one. Okay, equals to, what I will do here, just inside this one I will take input range. Okay, and here one thing I will write this everything I will use by class. Okay, because if I use by class, so that time this total thing if you copy and paste in same page, it will work separately. Okay, I will show you later. But if you write based on ID, so that time it will not work, right? Because ID means it is only one time. Because suppose if you think about yourself, so you have the identity, right? ID means identity. So you have one identity. Okay, same identity. It won't be other people also. Like you are the person, you have one identity. Same way, ID will be only one time. You can, if I write suppose instead of class this one ID. So suppose if I copy and paste here, so here actually mistake, like I copied. So if I do like this way, so you can see ID is twice. So it is wrong actually. So that's why try to write everything by class. Okay, so same thing I am doing here. So now I will take this class as a reference, because first of all I have to work with input range. So now document dot get element by class name. Okay, so see here why I have written document dot get element by class name, because this is document, this is called document. This total file, it is called actually document. So from this document I am taking this class. So that's why document here get element, I am getting this class, right? So get element by class name from this element. So that's why get element by class name, right? So this class name I am taking. So now once I have taken this class here, so now if I console this input range, so you will get this total thing, because this class now working as a reference. So I will show you in console. It will be more clear if you are the new in HTML, JavaScript, whatever, you can understand. But if you are the advanced, so you can skip those kind of thing. Okay, I mean if you know the basic thing, so you can skip. But if you are the beginner, you can keep watch. See, I'm getting this thing as a reference. Okay, all the things I'm getting as a reference. See, max value I have added 30, so I'm getting 30, mean 0, max length -1, everything I will get this one. Input, this is input, so I am getting input. Okay, hope it is clear. So now based on this variable I can do whatever I want. Okay, so now here I will take another variable call. Okay, call is 1 and row is also 1. I will take another variable row, that is 1. Why I am taking this one, I will use for JavaScript logically purpose. Okay, so now if I open, so first it will display the first image, means this one. Okay, so this one means it is this first image, it is coming in first column. Okay, I mean this first column, this is the column, right? So this first column it is coming, and it is coming in first row. So that's why I have written column 1 and row 1, and I will write here width. So I will write the variable name is w, but you can write width as well, because this variable name you can write as per your choice. Again I'm saying, so here width and height both are same, right? If you notice, width and height both are same. So here I can write the variable wh, means width and height, but it would be, suppose it would be different, like with 240 but height is 280. So that time what you need to do, with 240 another variable h, and that is 280, like this way. Because when I move my range slider, so it will minus by 240. I already shown, right? Same way height, because in my case 240 width and height, so it will move by 240. Okay, so what I will do, just instead of taking two variable, I will take one variable width and height, that is 240. Because for my case, for this image, width and height both will be moved by 240. Okay, now where another variable I will take, that is last value. Okay, why I am taking this variable, that I will explain later, and this is very important thing for this logic. Okay, now here after that what I will do, so here I will write one for loop. Okay, why I am writing for loop, because if I would take here id, so that time it is only one time, so no need to write loop. But while I'm taking it class, so class can be multiple time. So how I will denote it is multiple time. So that's why here I will write here let I equals to 0, means this one will start from 0. Okay, here I will write less than, that is input range, I mean this variable input range dot length and I plus plus, like this. Okay, suppose this one is multiple time. Okay, I'm just taking here 2 times for this example. So first it will start from here, means 0, because another thing, class means array. Okay, if you have no idea about array, so array means in this variable I can store only one value, but suppose I have to store multiple value, so that time we write array like one variable name, you can write anything, and the array syntax is like that. Okay, so here see I have stored one only, but here you can store like this way multiple values. Okay, so once this is class, so it is multiple time, so multiple times I have to store, means this variable is now an array. Okay, I didn't write this syntax square bracket, but it is array. Okay, so once it is an array, so array index, I mean if I want to take this value, so it is 0, because it comes from 0, not 1. Okay, so it is 0, 1, 2. Okay, so that's why I have written 0, because it will start from here, right? So 0, then it will be up to length, means how many times I have written, so up to 2 times, so length will be 2. So that's why I have written this one length and I plus plus, because well it will start from here, it need to come here also, right? So plus plus, it will 0, then plus means 1, so it will come here. So this is the loop actually. Again I'm saying, I'm explaining everything, okay, because maybe some beginner also watching this video. Okay, and now I, so if I is increasing, means input range I means if I write like this way, so first 0, 0 means this one, again it will increase, then it will come 1, so it will come here like this way, so this one, and here I will write one event listener. Okay, add event listener like this one, and here this event name is input. Okay, so you must be listen like click event, hover event, mostly I mean commonly we can listen click event, but here this is range slider, so the event is different. Here I'm not clicking, if you notice this thing here, I'm not clicking, I'm dragging, so this event is called input. Okay, so input, and after that here I will write comma and then function like this. Okay, and here I just added 2 parentheses, I will remove one. Okay, by mistakenly I added, so like this one. Okay, and what is add event listener? So mostly we write here, or suppose on input event, so I will write on input, and the event name here I can write like A, event name is A. Okay, so this thing I have to write here as well. Okay, so this is actually static thing, but if I same thing I can write like this way. Okay, this way I can write as well, means it will listen the event, what event, input event, and the function. Okay, no need to write function name. If you want, you can write simply function name here, and later you can define the function name. Okay, but I will write here only. Okay, anything is possible. Okay, and now let max equals to this is input range. So here if I write this means it will denote which input field I will drag. Suppose here 2 slider is there. Okay, just first I'll comment this one and save, and this one also save. Okay, now if I reload, so see 2 times it is coming. So while I will move this first input range, okay, so I need to get the value for first input field, not second one. Okay, so that's why if I write this keyword, this means when I will move the first input field, so I will get this value. When I will move second input field, I will get this value one. So that's why this keyword. So this dot get attribute, because now this time I need to get the attribute of this max attribute. Okay, so here I will write the max attribute value. Okay, because here see why I am doing this, because here see 2 times, but now I have written the same image, but image can be different, right? So while I have shown how I am getting this max attribute 30. So if image is different, means image count here 31, so I have written 30. But if it is for the second slider, if the image is 20, so I have to write here 19, right? So that's why for each slider I am taking this get attribute. Okay, now if I just console.log and if I write max value, so if I come here and open the console, let's see what I will get. So refresh, and suppose for first image, okay, if I move, so see I'm getting 30. For second image I will get the 30 as well, because here 30 for both. Okay, but if I change, it is like 40. So for the second image I will get 40. Okay, this is first, so I will get 30, and this one second I will get 40. See, so separately I can take this max value, okay, using this keyword. I hope guys it is also clear. Again I'm saying, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. Okay, because logic is must to understand. Now bg with. Okay, why I'm writing bg with? See here, when if I reload, so initially this slider in the left side starting. Okay, now when I will move, it is moving, so it should be filled with red color, right? When I will move to full, it should be filled with red color. When I will will come to the left, so it will just remove this red color like this, and it will totally should be removed when it is totally left side. Okay, like this one. So I have to add one color. So bg with, I have written the variable name. This is variable name. So how I will get how the color will increase? So this dot value means I will get the value of this range. I mean which one I will move, so that value I will get. Okay, so value initially 0. So when I will just move this slider totally, then the max value will be 30, because maximum it will go up to 30, right? I already said. So now let's see how I will get. So console.log and this bg with variable. Okay, so let's see value I'm getting or not. Again I will open the console, this one, and I'll refresh. So suppose I'm taking the first image. Okay, first input range. Okay, if I move, see 2, 3, 4, 5, it is increasing. How many times I'm dragging this slider, the value is increasing. So if I go to entire, so coming 30, right? Means max it will go up to 30 for each slider, but when image will be different, so max value will be different. So that time will be different value I will get max, but now it is 30, so I'm getting maximum 30. Same way if I decrease, so see here it is 30 like this way I will get, see, like this 0. Okay, because it is starting from 0, or else you can see here minimum value will be 0, max will be 30. So this one. Okay, so here what I will do, so here I have to write one condition. So this dot value into here 100. divide max. Okay, means why I am writing this condition. See, this dot value. So when I will move this thing, again reload. So here, see, what I'm getting 13 like this. Means if I just simply write here this dot value, so let's see what I will get. I already shown, but again I'm showing for explaining this condition. So see, first 1, 2, like this way it is increasing. Okay, suppose first move, so first move it will increase 1. So this 1% I should fill with red color. Okay, entire slider it is 100%. Okay, so 100 divide max. Okay, means entire is 100%, but I have written it will be a maximum 30. So 100 divide max means what I will get if I just move 3. Okay, like this. So one movement it will go 3%. So when the value is 1, so 3 into 1 it will be 3. When it will be 3, I mean second time, 3 into 2 it will be 6, like this way. Okay, so this way it will go up to 100%, means this color will fill up to 100%. Now BG color, first move slider value is 1, so 3 into 1 is 3, means this 1, and then I'm getting 3. So 3 into 1 means 3. Next value 2, so this 1 into 3 it is 10, like this way. If I come here to entire thing, you can see 100 I'm getting, means this BG color will be 100 full, right? So that's why I have written this condition. Now I have to add the BG color. So same way I will write this keyword, because which one I will move, so that BG color will be full. So style dot, this dot style dot background. Okay, background color. And now here I will write backtick. Okay, this backtick, where you will get in your keyboard, there is tab key. Okay, above the tab key and there is one key. So before one key you will get this backtick sign. Okay, so this backtick signs, it is in it just comes after ES6. This means suppose I have string and number value both. Okay, so here string value means, you know, we have to write using inverted comma. A, suppose A is string, I have to put here string and number value both in this background color. So A, now number, so what I need to do, plus sign, then like this. Okay, so it is like some difficult, right? String, double inverted, plus, then 2, but that's why ES6 means JavaScript version 6. Okay, it introduced backtick, means inside backtick you can write easily, so it automatically will denote which one is string, which one is number. So now let's see the syntax. So here I will write linear gradient color. Okay, this one, linear gradient. Now to write, because this color initially here, so when I will move, so it will go to color will fill with right side, right? So to write, comma, and by which color it will fill by this red color. Okay, so here I will write this one. Okay, and 0%, because initially it is 0%. Okay, and this one it will fill by this color, so I will write this one. Okay, and the width. Okay, because while my slider here and when I will come here, so how much fill this red color, so 33, right? Because again also, because suppose my slider is here, so the value is 33, means 33 width I have to fill, up to 33 width. So here this is the variable. Okay, this is not string. So that's why here I have to write this syntax, so it will easily denotes it is string like this. Okay, this value. Guys, if you have any doubt, you can write in comment section. And here percentage. Okay, and now which one is not filled? Okay, which one is not filled? This is up to right. Okay, so which one is not filled? That one I will fill by this gray color. So here this gray color, and then I'll copy how much it will be, which one is not filled. Okay, so this thing, and comma this color again. Okay, and 100% like this. Okay, let's see it is working or not. Okay, it is not working. I have to check where is the wrong. Guys, I checked actually where I did wrong. So the wrong thing is this one. Okay, so first initially this red color will start from 0, right? When I will here refresh, and it will come like this. So it will start from 0 and it will move how many with it will cover, that it will cover filled with red color. Okay, so initially it will start with 0 like this. So here I have to write comma. Okay, means this is separate thing, means it will come from 0 and it will go up to how much width it will cover. So that, and after that how it is not covered, so that it is fine. But here I did wrong, which is I did not add the percent, because we will move up by percent, right? So now you will find it will work. So if I move this input field, so it is covered by red color. Okay, but it is not. But now if I start to move, so it will cover. Okay, so it is separately working. So this is done. Okay, now I will come to the important thing, because when I will move this slider, so this image should be moved as well. Okay, so now you have to understand how it will move. Okay, this is very important. So see, I will come to this image. Okay, initially it is displaying first, so it will move like this. When I will move this range slider, so 1, it is 2, 3, 4. Once 4 is completed, then one row will increase. Means here I wrote column and row, right? So now it will be needed. Okay, means row column will increase one by one, while I will move range slider. Means this range slider I will move, so col will increase one by one. Okay, so col will increase 1, 2, 3, 4. So once col is 4, so that time row will increase, because it will come here. So one row will increase. So then col will start from 1 again, because this one 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this one. Once this col will complete 4, so that time one row will increase and col will be start from 1 again. Okay, this is because this is starting from first. Same way it will complete again up here. So this row will increase, because it will come to the next row, so it will increase and col will start from 1 again. So the logic is like 1, 2, 3, 4, then row 1, then col again 1, 2, 3, 4, then row 1, 2, then row will be 3, col will be again 1, 2, 3, 4, again col complete, then row will be 4 and col will be again 1, 2, 3, 4, like this one. Okay, so this logic I have to write here. Okay, so now here I told you increase, but it may be decrease, because suppose this range slider I come up to here, I bring up to here again. Instead of moving here, I can do it left side, means it is decreasing, right? So that time if it is 4, okay, when I will move to the left side, means it will come 3, 2, 1, right? Like this one. Means col, if it is 4, so it will come 3, 2, 1. suppose call is 8, so it will come 7, 6, 5. Once it is 5, I mean not 5 actually, 4, because call we start from 4 in the next, start from 1 in the next row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So call, if it is here 4, so 4, 3, 2, 1. If it goes to 1, so row will minus 1 because it's coming here. And call will start from 4 again, 4, 3, 2, 1, like this one. Okay, so this is the important logic and the confusing thing, but I'm trying to explain very easy way. Okay, and guys, if you are finding this video is helpful, so please like this video. Okay, because your one like, my video will reach up to other to other person as well by your one like. Okay, YouTube will recommend this video. So now here I'll write one condition: if last value, okay, is less than this dot value, because here two things, okay, increase and decrease. If I come to the right side, so it is increasing. If I come to the left side, it is decreasing. So I have to first understand it is increasing or decreasing. Okay, so you can here understand, right? Using range slider it is very difficult, but if it would be next and previous button, it would be very easy. Okay, if you want, you can write in the comment section. I will make a separate video on that. Okay, and guys, in here I guess I am the first one I'll upload this kind of thing. Okay, in my channel you will get this kind of logical thing. In real life project you can face this kind of challenge, so I just upload, and my motive is to simplify the code. Okay, so if you want, so you can subscribe my channel, it will be helpful for you. Now I will come to the main point. So here I have written one condition: if last value less than this dot value. Okay, and another condition, else if. Okay, else if, here I will write last value. Okay, you can write less than, or is less than equals to, both are fine. Okay, it is like last value is increase this dot value. Okay, and here I will write last value equals to this dot value. I will explain why I am doing this thing. Okay, so now first last value is 0. Okay, so when I will move my input slider, okay, so last value is 0, but when I will move, so the value will be 1. Okay, means last value is less than 1, means this dot value is 1 and last value is 0, so it is less than, right? So 1 is less than 0, means last value it is 0 and this dot value is 1, because I moved this slider here. So 0 is less than, means it is increase. Console.log, here I write increase. Okay, now or else if last value is more, means suppose here last value is 0 and here if I come, means last value it is and this value is 0, means range slider value is 0 and last value is 0. Okay, so here you can write like this and you can write like this. Okay, so here means same. Okay, same means it is decreasing. Why? I will explain again. Okay, and at the end what I did, this last value, this value, means here I assign the value of range slider inside last value. Okay, see, again I'm trying to explain. Okay, so here first the value is 0, the range slider value is 0 because initially I added 0, and this last value is also 0. Okay, so now if I move this value here, so the range slider value is 1 but the last value is 0. Okay, so once it like that, so I'm written it is increasing. Okay, and at the end what I did, so last value I store here. Now after I'll get it is increased, and now what I did, after a while I'll get it is increasing, so later I store last value is as a this dot value, means it will be 1. Okay, because I stored last value, initially it was 0, but when I'll move this slider, so I have written it is 1, means this value you will store here. Okay, now so last value it's becoming 1. Okay, now again if I come here, so this value will be 2 and last value it's already 1. So again means last value is less than this value, because this value already 2 but last value is 1. So again it is increased, and later after getting increased, because it is line by line it is coming, right? So again it is increased. So after that I store this value inside last value, means this value is 2, so last value will be 2 because I store. Okay, now suppose just instead of moving right side, if I come here, okay, means this dot value will be 1, right? Because it was 2, when I will come here it will be 1, like so. Here it is 1, but last value, see here it is already 2. Okay, means this time last value is more than range value, means it is decreased. Okay, again I store last value, means this value I move left side, means this value 1, so I store last value is 1 as well. Okay, same way if I move here, so this value will be 0, means range slider value is 0. Okay, but last value is 1 here, so again it is last value is 1, means it is more than this value, because this value is 0, so again it is decreased, and later I store this value here, means last value is 0. So like this way I will get it is increasing or decreasing. So first the priority is this thing, I have to get increase or decrease. So I will check it is working fine or not. So I will open the console and I will refresh it once, come to the console and see. If I move, see it is increasing. If I move left side, see it is decreasing. So I am getting properly. Okay, so first is done. Now just for understanding purpose I wrote, but I will remove this one. Now here I will write the logic. Okay, so this is the very important thing again. So call when it will increase. If I show here it is increase, and this first one increase, second one is decrease. Okay, so while it is increasing, okay, so here what I will write, call plus plus, like this, means while I will move my slider here, so it initially this one, so call will be increased 1 by 1, 4 up to 4, but here I have written only plus plus. So if I check here console, console dot log call, let's see what I will get. See if I increase, see 1 2 3, because call initially it was 1, so 2 3 4 5 6 like this. But here guys one problem is like call will increase up to 4, while it will come 4, then it will row will increase 1 and call will start from 1 again, because this one, right, 5 image means first column, 5 image you can see it is in first column again. So again here I have to write one condition, inside this condition I have to write this call plus plus. So here if call until not it is not going up to 4, so not equals to, right, not going up to 4, so that time it will increase, that time it will increase, right? But if else, right, so else if, but if call it comes it comes up to 4. Okay, like this. So what I will do? So then means if I come here, so call if come here, so call should be 1 again, because this 5 image is in first column again. So I will make it call equals to 1 again. But this row, okay, when call will 1, but first row was 1, means this row I was working first row, but row will increase again, right? When call will come 4, then 1 row should be increased. So that's why here I will write row plus plus. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now let's see what I will get. So here I will write console.log. First I will print call. Okay, then I will add some space, then I will print row. Means let's see how it will. So call is 2 increasing, but row is still 1, because first row, right? First row I'm working, but when it will come 4, then row should be 1 increase, means here, and call should be 1. So let's see it come or not. So call 3, row 1 is fine. Call 4, row 1 is fine. But now once it comes 4 here, so row should be 2 and call should be 1. Call 1 but row 2. So same way, like this, 3, then row 2 fine. When it will 4 call, again it will come here, means this 8 image. So again row will increase and call will be 1. See, it is fine, right? Row 3 call 1, it is fine. Now I have to work for decrease also. So same thing, just I will shuffle the thing. So here call 4, right? So here I will take this thing and I will remove this thing. Just here I will paste, but here call until it is not coming 1. Means suppose here it is 8 images displaying. So 4, 3, 2, 1. While 1 will come, then row will decrease, right? So here call until not coming 1, then it will minus minus, and if it is 1, then call will be 4 again, because if it come 1 means 4, 3, 2, 1, then call will come here, means 4 again, 3, 2, 1. So if it is reach up to 1, then it will plus, and row also will minus 1. Okay, so here if I now after this if and else condition, if I console.log, that is row, sorry, call, first call, then here I will write plus and equals to row. So let's see I will get the properly or not. So here 2, 1 once 4, then call 2 and it comes 1. Okay, sorry, row 2 and call 1. So if I minus, so see, if it is 1, then call comes to 4 and row is also 1, like this. Okay, now both are 1, means initially I declare 1, right? So I'm doing this. So this way I can get it. Now here I have to now I already said means I already discussed, right? This is the sprite image. So here first it will increase widthwise. Width means position X. I already before starting this thing I already explained, right? Width means position wise, I mean X means width wise, Y means height wise. So here I have to write this one variable, let X equals to call width, right? Width means call. So call minus 1 into width. What variable I took here? This one. Okay. Okay, means because here I have to increase decrease by width wise, X means, okay, and here let Y equals to this one, Y means row, right? So row minus 1 into this thing. Okay, here width and height is same, so I have declared in same variable. But if you are using different image and width and height is different, so here you can assign that height as well. Height means here you can declare one another variable that will denote separately height, so that variable you can assign. So now I will explain why I have written col minus 1 row minus 1. Okay, so I will explain here now. So now for that, just I will take width and I will show you the example why I have written minus, because you may confuse. So x. Okay, so now in console I will check when I will move this side. So initially width is 240. Okay, in CSS I wrote width is 240. So when I will move here, second image should be display. I mean here if I show second image, so second image should be display means the width should be this background position. I have to write background x, position x. Okay, so background position x should be minus 240 pixel. Then you can see it is displaying second image. Okay, so now here if I come to the this logic, so into width means 240. Okay, I declare already 240. So 240, then col initially it is 1, right? When I'll move, so col minus 1. So if I write first, if I show only like this, so when I'll move, so col 2 into 240 means when I'll move this range slider, so col value will be 2, right? I'll save this thing and refresh. So col value will be 2. So 2 into if I show this thing, okay, this one I remove because it is not required. Just I will show the x value. Okay, so you can see. So if I move, so col value is 2. Okay, and 2 into width it is coming means 2 into 240 means it's coming 48. But for this first it is displaying one first image, but while I have to display second image, so value should be 240 minus 240, right? So that's why here I have written minus 1. So see, now if I move, so 240, then 480 like this way, and later I will add here minus. Okay, so like this way it should be. So that's why I wrote minus 1 and minus 1 here. So now I will assign this x and width. So this dot parent element. Okay, because while I'll move to this range slider, so it will come here, this width and height it should be add here. Okay, in this slider container class means this one. Okay, this background position. So first from this one's parent is this one. Okay, so if I write this dot parent element, okay, so what I will get, that also let's see. So console dot log. So if I write like this, so what I will get, so see, I'm getting this slider wrap means this one input range, this parent is this one. So now I need to take this one. So here from this parent I will take this children, right? So parent element dot children. Okay, so if I write this thing children, so what I will get, this parent there is 2 children, right? But I need the first one, so that's why I will write here 0. So let's see I will get that or not. So here again I will see I am getting this one. So now here I can easily add width and height. So here I will cut it from console and I will paste here. Okay, so now here I will add style dot background position x. Okay, equals to, now I will add the backtick again, and inside this backtick here this is variable. Now here I'll write minus x, okay, and pixel. So here no need to write double inverted comma or inverted comma, because it will denotes automatically, right? Like this is string value, okay, because I used here backtick sign. So same way here I will just copy the same thing, okay, and now I will write for height means position y, and here I will change this x to this variable, okay, y, okay, like this. So now let's see what I will get. See, it is moving, right? If I come here, it is moving like this. See, it is working fine. And separately I can use multiple slider because I used by class name, okay. So it is working fine, right? So I hope guys it is clear. And another thing I want to clear, like here sprite image is like column also there and row also there, but you may get sprite image like only column, so that time you no need to write position x or y. If you get only row, so that time you can use only position y, because it is increasing height wise. But if you get sprite image like only width means position x, so you can use only position x, no need to write this condition for y, okay. And here also you can remove the condition as per your sprite image, but this is the actually condition, okay. I hope guys it is clear. If you enjoyed this video, so please one like, and also you can write in the comment section how you like this video or you don't like this video. You can mention in the comment section. And also you are the new in my channel, so you can subscribe my channel. Here I upload Angular, React, Node.js, this kind of video, problem solving video, okay. You can subscribe my channel as well.